There was a chance to save this baby's life, and this baby was failed by its parents. But there were people who saw something and said something, and they just weren't able to get the help there in time to save this little baby from these two individuals who look like they don't understand what they did and don't care about what. No, I think they understood. They didn't care. Let me give you guys a disclaimer about my content before we talk about the details. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm getting this story from wavy.com. So if you're listening, thank you for the article. New court documents reveal disturbing information about the death of a 9-day-old infant. 9 days. This baby did not stand a chance. On Saturday, May 4th, Hillary D. Johnson, 23 years old. Let me get their faces back up on the screen. On the left-hand side, she's 23 years old. And Zabria S. Parker, 21 years old. I don't know who's who. Hillary. Oh, my God. So Hillary is the dude. Oh, wow. Well, that's a first for me. I didn't know you could name a dude Hillary. But I guess Hillary is the dude and Zabria is the 21-year-old girl, allegedly. Both of them were taken into custody and charged with child abuse in connection with the death of their 9-day-old infant, which Norfolk police say has been ruled a homicide. Johnson and Parker were both arraigned separately on 1 count each of second-degree murder on May the 8th. So that was about a week ago, depending on when you're watching this video. According to court documents, when the baby, Elijah Johnson, I just figured out what this child's name was because I couldn't pronounce it earlier because it was the way that they wrote it. Elijah, and it's spelled really odd, was brought to the hospital. She was cold to the touch and showed signs of abuse, including lacerations, burns to the feet, bruises, and signs of shaken baby syndrome. And I want y'all to remember, this is a 9-day-old baby. Not 9 weeks, not 9 months. When asked about the burns to the feet, Parker stated that she didn't think that the injuries were all that serious. I'm sorry, but that sounds like a typical hood chick response. And instead opted to treat the burns only using witch hazel and other home remedies. And you'd have to ask yourself, how does a 9-day-old baby get burns on the feet? And she said she used witch hazel. She is a witch. Johnson, who was in court on May the 8th, was uncooperative during the hearing and had to repeatedly be asked to speak up, according to documents. Johnson claimed it could not be proven he did it due to him bringing Elijah to the hospital. Both Johnson and Parker were considered homeless, according to the document, after being kicked out by Johnson's grandfather shortly after the birth of this baby. You don't have a place to live, but y'all are creating children. And I'm going to say what I said again. Women under the age of 25 years old should not have children at all. And men under the age of 30 years old should not have children. And again, both of these fools are 23 and 21 years old. Not that I just think that they're just stupid as stupid thugs. Stupid as stupid does. I don't think they would have made parents, good parents at any age. They're just irresponsible, just absent-minded. The full court documents for Johnson and Parker can be found on wavy.com, so y'all go look that up. All the documents are there. Both Johnson and Parker are scheduled to have bond hearings on May the 14th, which was recently this month, and preliminary hearings on July the 18th, so that's upcoming. They're currently in jail on no bond in Norfolk City Jail. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Look at her face. I want y'all to look at this because that bothered the absolute crap out of me. Look at this look on her face as she's in court. And I'm going to tell you, people like this don't learn. They can't learn. It is something inherently wrong with them. Do y'all see her face? That snarky look on her face? People like this can't learn. They can't. It's impossible. It is ingrained in them that they're going to be failures for life. I just wanted to point that out just so y'all could see that. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Please share this story so we can get justice for this baby. Like, I cannot stand people who hurt, murder, or abuse children. Baby was 9 days old. Let's get some justice. Share this, and make this go viral.
New court documents show what led up to the death of a 9-day-old baby. This is a developing story out of Norfolk. The parents, Hillary Johnson and Zabrea Parker, are now behind bars for second-degree murder and child abuse. 10 on your side's Maria Bray shows us what's in the arrest warrant.
And I've told y'all about these weird names. What does Zabrea mean? That don't mean nothing. That name doesn't mean anything. Y'all give y'all children names that don't mean nothing. They grow up and don't find any value in themselves. And they end up treating others and their children as if they don't have any self-respect. Zabrea. What a stupid name.
Court documents reveal disturbing details of the injuries Ijaya Johnson had at just 9 days old. Severe head bruises, broken ribs, and a broken clavicle are what court documents say the autopsy revealed for 9-day-old Ijaya Johnson. Further details say there were signs of shaken baby.
I fear for her life.
Ijaya Johnson's grandfather, Hillary Johnson Sr., says she was born at Centera Norfolk General Hospital. It was April 25th. He says he and his father told hospital staff several times to not let the baby leave with her parents.
Nobody took me serious. Nobody said nothing.
Johnson says the couple has mental health issues and they were homeless. He says the couple refused shelter from law enforcement after the baby was born. 9 days later, she died. Court documents say the parents, Hillary Johnson and Zabrea Parker, woke up and found their baby unresponsive. After they took her to the children's hospital, she was pronounced dead. Hospital staff believe there were signs of abuse. The baby had numerous bruises and burns on her feet. Court records say Parker's response was that she did not think the injuries were all that serious and treated it with witch hazel. Furthermore,
she didn't think it was that serious.
Bruises and burns on her feet. Court records say Parker's response was that she did not think the injuries were all that serious and treated it with witch hazel. Furthermore, the document says the couple was living in a tent outside after the baby's father's grandfather kicked the couple out of his home. The parents are due in court next week for a bond hearing. I'm Maria Bray in Norfolk, telling your side.
Learning more about
the paperwork, the baby was brought to CHKD unresponsive with several bruises and burns. The document says the girl's mom, who is Zabrea Parker, didn't think the injuries were that serious. The autopsy revealed she had bruises on her head, a broken rib, clavicle, and symptoms of shaken baby. Now her parents are charged with second-degree murder and child abuse. Her parents are 23-year-old Hillary Johnson II and 21-year-old Zabrea Parker, who are now being held at the Norfolk City Jail without bond.
Remains behind bars after she was in court Tuesday for her bond hearing, which was denied. Her child's father, Hillary Johnson II, his bond was withdrawn by his attorney. They both face second-degree murder charges.
I'm just I know I ain't gonna never get no closure. My mind is like boggled right now.
The pain in the voice you just heard from is the grandfather of Ijaya Johnson, the 9-day-old that died earlier this month.
I wanted to do right by her. She was taken away, grabbing on my leg, all of that. All that stuff was taken away from me. That's not fair.
Hillary Johnson Sr. was over the moon when he welcomed his first grandchild into the world. He shared these pictures with me of Ijaya, not knowing these would be the last he'll ever have.
I wanted to give her a shot, give her a chance at, something beautiful, a beautiful life.
I wish he would have had custody, or they would have given him custody, like to just give this baby a chance, just a simple chance. 9 days. That's barely what? That's not even 2 weeks. 7 days to a week and 2 days.
Little girl deserves.
The infant's parents, Zabrea Parker and Hillary Johnson II, have been charged with second-degree murder in their baby's death. On May 4th, police went to CHKD after they got a call for an unresponsive baby showing signs of abuse. Pictures detailing the baby's injuries were shown in court for the judge to see. Our cameras could not roll on those photos, but it detailed severe burns on the infant's feet, along with splash burns on other areas of her body, including a large handprint on the baby's back, according to the judge. Court documents also say that the autopsy revealed that the child had several bruises on her head, broken ribs, and showed symptoms of shaken baby.
That's why I alarmed hospital staff, tried to talk to everybody. I assured my granddaughter that she was going to be safe.
He worried that his son and daughter-in-law were not fit to be parents. So much so, he says he even warned staff at Centera Norfolk General that he feared for the baby's life. But he says his plea fell on deaf ears.
I said, I fear for the girl's life. What else am I supposed to do? Now I got to bury my granddaughter because nobody listened.
Johnson Sr. concerns also stem from the baby's parents being homeless and struggling with mental health. Those details police also confirmed, telling me the parents were living in a tent near I-264 in Compostela. It is unclear how long they have been homeless.
How did that happen, man?
I reached out to Centera after Johnson Sr. told me his plea for help was ignored. The spokesperson for Centera sent me a statement saying, quote, Centera has policies and procedures to ensure that suspicions of child abuse or neglect and other reportable concerns are investigated in accordance with the law. Parker is due back in court on July 18th, and at this time, it is unclear when Johnson will be back in court. For now, in Norfolk, I'm Kelsey Jones, News 3.
It's like, what do you say about that? Homeless at that age, what were they doing for a living? They had no plan. And you know what they say, the old colloquialism, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail, and they had no plan and they failed, and they're just terrible people, and it just needs to be punished. They should never have access to children again. They don't deserve reproductive rights at all. Hashtag TTO and hashtag TTT. Take the ovaries and take the testicles away from them so they can't make any more children or be around children ever again, even if they are able to ever get out of prison. But I don't think they deserve an opportunity to ever be released from prison. Life sentence to that baby, whatever the baby's name is, however you properly pronounce it. Let's go back. R.I.P. So the grandparents and other family members, we absolutely empathize with you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this story. Make this go viral and let me know what you guys think about this, okay? Thank you.